Hey everyone, so we're going to go through some mobility exercises on the upper back. And the reason being is this is an area that I'm seeing a lot of people come in with trouble. And that can often be because of the situation at the minute. Makeshift desks, makeshift chairs, having to be at the computer for probably longer even than we've had before. And with the upper back, it's really important to keep it mobile. It doesn't just mean that you're going to get a sore upper back. It can lead to other issues. Shoulder issues, pain in the shoulders, problems with moving the shoulders, neck pain, headaches, all sorts of stuff can come as a result of restriction in that upper back. So we're going to go through some of the exercises, and before we do so I want to show you the area. So the thoracic spine is that part which we're saying is the upper back. It goes from the bottom part of the neck all the way to the top part of the low back. So the lumbar spine and cervical spine. Now the thoracics, as you can see here, you've got parts where the ribs will come into. So breathing does actually impact it and can be impacted by the thoracic spine. So it's really important that we do have good mobility here to make sure that we're able to breathe fully and properly, but also that if these are stuck, then they can impact onto the breathing. So one of the tests as well to show the importance, that I like to show people often, the importance of the thoracic spine is just purely by if we get into a slouched position, and if you try this and you try then to bring your arms to the sides and try and bring them up as far as you feel you can, you'll probably find it feels quite restricted. If we then get upright and get a proper elongated spine, get the correct curves into the spine, and then try that motion, you'll see how easy it is then to move. You can do the same with the neck as well. So if you get into that position and try moving the neck and just see how it feels, and then get upright and see how it feels then to move the neck in those directions, you should see that actually it's easier when you're in an upright position. So one of the things that's really important when we talk about the upper back is preventing problems from occurring. So if we are at the desk, we need to first of all get moving as often as we can. If you're going to be at the desk for 9 hours a day, you need to make sure that you are getting moving. And we'll obviously go through some of the exercises to help with that. But just even getting a cup of tea, going for a little stroll, whatever you can between meetings, whatever you can do, is really important. In the time that you are sitting, it is really important to make sure that your positioning is correct, so being upright, and that's something else that we're going to go through in a bit. But right now, just keeping upright, getting the monitor or your laptop monitor higher so that you're looking straight to avoid you getting into that slouched position is really important. So we're going to go straight into some of the exercises that I recommend. And I'm going to try and make sure that if we're at the desk, we've got some exercises that we can do very quickly, very easily. You don't need much else. And if you have more time, then we can do some of the other exercises. But first of all, sat down in front of your desk, you've got away from the laptop. I'd like you just to put your hands on your elbows, keep them fairly level, and we're going to do 2 lots of figure of eights. So we're going to do a figure of 8 coming to the side, like this. And then we're going to do a figure of 8 coming down, up and down like this. So first of all, when we come to the ones horizontally, we're going to come round like this. So we're trying to get round to the corners there, the edges, and we're not moving the lumbar spine, we're not moving the low back, we're just trying to concentrate on that upper back. So we're going figure of 8 this way. And then as you feel you're more comfortable doing it, you can go a little bit faster. Then you can do the vertical ones. And with the vertical ones, I'd like you to really try and reach up to the top here. So don't just kind of get through a figure of 8 like this. Really reach up and come down. Get up there. So as you get up there, you're really extending through the thoracic spine there. It just helps to mobilize the facet joints that allow us to move through the spine there. So from the side, you see, I'm getting upright. Figure of 8s, coming to the sides, and figure of 8s coming up and down, reaching as we get to the top there. Good. Also try to avoid doing any of this, so it's not this, We're not canoeing. We're trying to keep these nice and flat, so keeping the elbows level when we go up and down, and also when we go to the sides. The next one I'd like you to try is I want you to put your hands and elbows together like this, and I want you to squeeze in. And what we're going to do is, just to start with, we're going to take a nice deep breath in. So I really want you to try and open the ribs up, try and think of lifting the ribs up if you can. So holding that position, squeeze in the elbows and the hands together, and a nice deep breath in. And then breathe out. And I'd like you to do that a couple of times, just to warm it up. And then I want you to practice just taking a nice deep breath in and bringing the elbows and the hands up, so you're moving your shoulders. Now, as you do this, you can start first of all taking a nice deep breath in and breathing out as you come down. Nice deep breath in, hold in that position, and then breathe out, keeping these squeezed at all times. The next stage from that is you take a nice deep breath in, you hold there, and then as you breathe out, you try and go a little bit higher. Once again, trying to keep these squeezed at all times. So from the side there, you'll see it's from this position, we're trying to go up, and then as you breathe out, you try and go a little bit higher, and it'll help to just try and extend through here and mobilize the spine there. So the next one, you're going to stay into this position here, and we're going to start by moving the head round to the side, so you're rotating out as long as everything feels comfortable. You're going to turn your head to the side, and then as you turn your head, your hand is going to follow. Okay, so the movement is this. And you're really reaching out to the side there. You might feel it stretch through the chest, but we want to get that rotation there. So you can then do that with the breathing. So nice deep breath in. And then breathe out in that position. And then once again, you can then extend that, so you can take a nice deep breath in. And then as you breathe out, try and rotate that a little bit more. You do that on the other side as well. The next one, just quite simply, as you're at your desk, you can put your palms onto the desk and just bring your chest and your torso down, looking down, trying to maintain a neutral spine there, and just extend down like that, and you'll feel a nice stretch come through some of the tissue through here, some of the muscles there. Helps with the shoulders, but also helps to relieve some of the thoracic spine and gets that extension again. So just holding through there and breathing all at the same time. So nice deep breath in. And then as you breathe out, try and extend that a little bit further. And there's some of the desk ones. We're going to go on to do a few more mobilizations that you can do either on the floor. I'm going to do it on the bench. You can use a foam roller for this as well. It's quite helpful. So we've got some exercises that we've got at the desk, which you can do if you don't have an awful lot of time between meetings or whatever. If you have a little bit more time, it's worth getting to the floor and just getting some exercises to mobilize through there. I've got these out because some of the exercises, particularly for the upper back, I find really effective on the foam roller. Often if the joints are stuck, sometimes they just need an adjustment, and if you don't have the opportunity to get in, or also if you've been adjusted and we've asked you to keep mobilizing it, these exercises on the foam roller are really good for that. So I'm going to go through some of those first, and then we'll go through some other exercises that you can do to mobilize on the floor. Okay, so I've managed to get myself into the position without killing myself on the bench. Obviously, you're going to be doing this on the floor, but what you can probably see here is that my pelvis is on the foam roller and my head's on the foam roller as support. A bit of a curve through here and a bit of a curve through the lumbar spine, and the main contact is actually onto the upper back and the thoracics there. So from here, just even resting in this position will just be able to get you a little bit of relief, but definitely throwing a little bit of breathing into there as well will help, and then some deeper breathing. So you practice through that. From there, just advancing on, you can then put your hands behind your head like this and allow your elbows to come to the sides and take some deep breaths again. As you take a deep breath through there, you're also getting the ribs freed up in this position here. So that also helps. You can also take some deep breaths as you're bringing your arms up above your head, and just spend a couple of minutes doing that onto here. That's definitely the first one. So the next one we're actually doing, so it's across the back. Often this one's quite a good one if we know roughly also where the issue is. So we can find where those painful spots are by rocking there a little bit and going all the way up to the top there. Once you find that segment, get the pelvis onto the ground there, support the head, okay, so the neck is relaxed, and try to keep that neck relaxed. And from there, you can just extend back. So as you extend back, you're just getting that extension through the upper back, the thoracic spine, and keep your elbows to the sides as far as feels comfortable as well, and just allow to extend. And in that position, take a few deep breaths in, and breathe out. And as it mobilizes more, you can then, as you take a deep breath in, as you breathe out, you can extend that a little bit more, particularly through the bottom end of the end breath, out breath. That's it. And once you find that one segment, you can then go on to the next one, rolling it a little bit further up and going on to the next one, whatever feels comfortable. Don't overextend, and just take a bit of time to find where those points are. So here we've got some exercises that we can do on the floor without a foam roller, and what we're going to start with is just getting into an all-four position. So when we're in an all-four position, we've got the wrists underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hip. So we're not in this type of position, we're right in a nice stable position, well held there. And from here, we're going to just start by doing some cat stretching. So we're going to take a nice deep breath in, and we're going to arch the back up. So nice deep breath in. And then breathe out. And then once again, nice deep breath in. And you can hold that position and then breathe out. And then nice and relax down. So do that a few times. We've got the extensions, we've got some of the flexion, we want some more rotation. So with the rotations, once again, our eyes and our head, our neck follow the movement. So we're going to start with the hand reaching underneath, and we're going to rotate up as far as feels comfortable to there, and then back there. So do that with the breathing as well. So reach underneath, nice deep breath in, and then breathe out. And as you breathe out, see if you can just reach a little bit more. The pelvis wants to stay stable, so we don't want to have too much rotation through there. It's more through the upper back. So we reach, nice deep breath in, and breathe out. And then obviously we do that on the other side. So we reach underneath here, and we take a nice deep breath in, and then breathe out. A nice simple one as well will be just to put the palms on the floor and just kind of get quite far forward and just stretch down. As you do that, you'll be stretching through the tissue here. Also, these muscles join into the thoracic spine, so anything that we can take tissue tension off, the better. Another one, just a simple one, is just putting the palms down onto the floor and just bringing your chest in towards the ground there. It will just help stretch through some of the structures, some of the muscles, even the shoulders as well. And that's pretty much it. So we've gone through some exercises that you can do at the desk if you don't have an awful lot of time. We've gone through some exercises as well if you do have a bit more time to get onto the floor and use the foam roller, or just do the exercises on all fours. Ultimately, if the joints are stuck and they still feel sore after you're doing some of these mobility exercises, then it might just need a little bit more of an adjustment. But do try these first of all. I often recommend these as well to people that I have given adjustments to, so they can continue the mobility work. So I hope you find that useful. Let us know what you think, comment, share, all that jazz, and have a nice day.